What's going on, guys? Bringing in another gear video here today. This is something that's been kind of in the works for the last couple weeks. The guys at BowBars actually sent me this vise to test out. I bought their original vise and used it quite a bit, and there were some things that I didn't like about it. Some things that I did like about it. It's really small, nice and portable. But I got an email from them saying that they were coming out with a new vise that should be out here pretty soon. So I shot an email over and I was like, hey, would you be interested in sending a vise to test out? One of the new vices to test out. So this is actually the only model that's out right now. And he sent this to me, and I've been testing it for the last couple weeks. So I wanted to bring y'all this in today's video. Let's get on into it. All right, so the BowBars, this is their micro adjust base plate that goes with the ball head. All this here comes in the box. You'll notice that there's two different plates here. This was the original plate, and you can see it's got 4 holes all in the center. The new Core SS doesn't work with this plate, so I actually had to turn the bow a different direction, mount it. I was still able to get it in the press, but it didn't work the way it was supposed to. So I shot a text out to Brad and kind of gave him that feedback. Well, the new base plate, let me unscrew this off the base real quick. The new base plate has kind of a T pattern of holes that you can actually mount the base to. And what it does is if you move the base over to the offset holes, it'll actually work with the bows like the Bowtech Core SS that's really close to the limb pocket or the cam, either way. But you can offset those holes, whatever bow you've got, you can pick and choose where you want to mount this base plate. For my bow right now, I like to mount this base plate on the offset hole, just off center, and I like to thread my center screw into the center hole. So we'll throw the base onto the base plate, just like so. And then there's 2 options to mount the base plate to your workbench. So I have the base plate mounted with screws. I have a screw out right now just so I can show you how this clamp works. This clamp here, you have to get down here. This clamp here slides in these slots here. Run it up and clamp it down. That mounts it to like a temporary table. For something like when I do the bow reviews, I mount it to a temporary table there at the shop, and it keeps me from having to screw into the table. I prefer using it, is solid with that, but I prefer using it with the actual base plate screwed in. So just run the 4 screws in, and then we'll thread this micro adjust base plate. We'll throw it on, and it just threads right on there. And you can put this plate kind of wherever you want it. Get that nice and snug. Now, once you got this base plate snug down, that's where this micro adjust comes in handy. So these little red threaded deals here, these little legs, you can actually adjust them. Can you see the bubble? You can actually adjust them and get this bubble in the center to go ahead and get this base plate and ball head dead center before you even put the bow in the vise. It's a pretty cool idea, and it works extremely well. So just for the sake of this video, we'll get this thing leveled up pretty close. That's pretty close right there. And then once you get that in there, this ball head swivels anywhere that you need it to swivel. I like to run my adjustment piece here, my tightener, I like to run it on the right side because I'm right-handed, so I can put the bow in my left hand. The cool thing about this is you have the option to put this lockdown handle anywhere you want to. The other cool thing about this lockdown handle is I'll show you, it actually is like spring locked in, so you can pull it out and turn that handle. So like in the case of my bench here, if I get this handle down to the bottom and it's hitting, I can just pull out and turn that thing, and then I've got range of motion again. So it's a pretty cool little setup. Let's go ahead and put a bow in it, and I'll kind of show you some of the things about this vise. So right now I'm just putting my RX-7 Ultra in. All right, so this little piece here goes across your limbs, and it actually will bottom out on the top of the ball head, so you know when you get it in there, you'll feel it, and you'll actually feel it bottom out. You'll know that you got enough threads in there, and then you just take your thumb screw and run that thumb screw down, and it sandwiches the limbs of your bow in between the top plate and the bottom plate, and that's it. That bow is fully maneuverable wherever you want to move it, as far down as you want to move it, as far up as you want to move it. For things like setting your rest, so say I could turn the bow, if I get my toolbox out of the way, I could turn the bow and go ahead and get my rest set, or turn the bow back the other way, do a D-loop, put my kisser button on, whatever it may be. It just gives you a lot of options, and this thing is extremely locked down. It's not going anywhere. I can move it if I just yank on it, but as far as working on this bow, leveling a sight out, it comes in really handy, like on this black gold, setting my second and third axis. You can angle it down, angle it up, bunch of different options here. This is just something that's really handy to have, especially in a little shop or a little lane. Something small like this, it doesn't take up a whole lot of space on your bench, but it comes in very handy. Another thing that may possibly hit the market sometime this year, Brad's kind of going through some ideas, but possibly adding a option for rifles and shotguns, something that you can actually clamp your gun in here on this vise and use it for mounting scopes, whatever it is. So there's an option for that. He's kind of working on some things. If that's something that y'all might be interested in, comment down below. And I'm sure if he sees enough interest in that, then that's something that he will probably pursue. But as of right now, I've been super impressed with this little vise. For something like my little lane down here, or even an archery shop, it's super simple. Most guys know like the October Mountain Products vices. They've been pretty much the most popular to this point. But this little vise is just so small and compact. You can take it wherever you want to, especially with this little clamp option. If you want a little mobile setup to clamp on your tailgate or whatever it is at a competition, it's just a good little option. So like I said, I've been super impressed with this BowBars Micro Adjust Vise. Brad and those guys at BowBars have been super nice to deal with. He actually sent me this base plate after we had that conversation. I think we had that conversation Monday or Tuesday, and that base plate showed up today, and today is Saturday. So he did some work, sent me a new plate, sent it out quick, and it's worked like a charm. So thanks to those guys for sending this thing out. Thanks for y'all for watching this video. If you have any questions about this thing, don't hesitate to comment down below. If it's something I can't answer, hit Brad up at BowBars and go check their channel out and go check this product out. If y'all go through that link, I'll get a little bit of kickback from the price of the vise, which is a pretty cool program that Brad has opened up to myself and a couple other guys. If y'all like the channel and y'all like supporting the channel, if y'all want one of these vices, if you would, just use that link. That helps the channel out, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. So like I always say, guys, remember to live your life to the fullest and use your passions to bless others. Thanks for watching this video. We'll catch you on the next one.